and I was watched by my girlfriend's mother. So it was very uncomfortable, and I decided, you know what, screw this, I'm going to get out of here. And so I moved into a boarding house.
I was thinking, but because of not just the song, but the way he talked to the baby, I thought it was just like a humble way to get the audience to see how he reacted to becoming human, because we didn't see him talk to Dean or Sam about that on screen, like what was that becoming human, and it was just some kind of way to see how he reacted to that.
I feel like it was a missed opportunity not to have Cass changing diapers, though. Just covered in baby feces. Could have been great.
Did you ask if you could do that?
I did ask.
Some more babysitting.
Sometimes I just go into the writer's room covered in feces just to say, hey guys, I know you can't really imagine stuff that well, so I'm showing you what it would look like. What do you think? They love me down there. Hi.
Hi. It's actually kind of a bit of a play off that. We've seen Cass as, human, as mostly human, as God, as a mix, as an angel. What do you want next for Cass? And then my favorite go-to question is also, if Cass had to go out, how would you like that to happen? What would be your perfect way to have Cass? It's a possibility.
Are you trying to kill my character? Oh, that's a good question. I think it'd be cool to revive Jimmy.
Would he still alive in there, considering you were?
I can't remember where we left. Don't ask me that fucking question. I go back and forth. People, what do you think? What do you think? Is he still in there?
I don't think so. I think because you technically.
You're wrong. I'm glad we had this talk though, because it clarified some things.
You let me decide, and I said you was.
You were the decider.
That's right.
Yeah, but then we had another conversation with some other people. It got complicated. So yes, he is.
No.
I think by unanimous consensus, yes, yeah, Jimmy's doing great. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. So I so far.
I understand, by the way, that Sebastian answered 2 questions. 3, but 2 of them were his own. So how does that work? I've actually never watched his panel. How do you? Oh, like the dancing, singing. Okay.
Not like that.
He sang about a girl. Savannah. Susanna? Hi, Savannah. How are you? So he sang about you.
Body parts.
He stroked you a little bit. I'm sorry to say that I'm not surprised. I was in the green room with him alone just now, and I kept having to inch away. I get it. I know what you've been through. Yeah. Did he touch me? What? Are you pregnant? You are. You rubbed your shoulder. I've often said about Sebastian, he has a very strange penis. So. Oh, I know.
Is he, when he's drunk, is he worse?
When he's drunk, is he worse? You mean better by worse? Is he like that? She's like asking this incredulously. I mean, he's not really like that, is he? Without answering your question directly, let me say, So really though, but it's possible to go only 3 questions. Impressive. And you guys love that, evidently. Wow, well, what more reason do I need than that? Wow, interesting.
Only if you sing to us.
Sing to you?
Yeah.
Does anyone have a question? Does anyone have a question here that's not in line? Oh, you. Hi.
One of my favorite item from Dish Wish last year was you always wanted to do something as a child that you never got to do. If you were doing it, what would yours be?
Ooh, that's a good question. I was just talking about this yesterday. Like, it would be fun to do Dish Wish. That looks like a lot of fun to me. Dishes? No, not dishes. You know, this is why I don't come down here with you people. I've often thought, what would it be like? What would it be like to do dishes? No, you may not. That's a great question. So a child, what was the item?
Something you always wanted to do as a child, but you never got to do it.
What would be the thing that I never got to do as a child, but I always wanted to do? Sebastian, you do an uncanny American accent. Sebastian is the nickname. I'm just going to see what the people act like, because I've never before. Hey, good luck doesn't even work. There. Guys. It was a little device that I used. But no, I get anxious. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
Good luck. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So for me, I thought that Mother's Little Helper was the best looking episode of the season.
Thank you. That's very charitable.
And I'm wondering if you drew any aesthetic inspiration from past episodes, and if so, which ones?
I actually did. For some reason, I went back to, not for some reason, I sort of asked around, like, what are your favorite episodes of crew members? And they were like, well, I liked Appointment in Samara and something by the lake. Kim Manners' old episodes. A lot of Kim Manners' old episodes. So, I actually, when I was kind of toward the end breaking down episodes, trying to see what they did and how they worked, I was looking at a lot of season 1 and 2 episodes, older, kind of maybe slower episodes of Supernatural. So that's what I was looking at. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. What's up, Nikki?
What was your favorite part about visiting the ACFFC?
Oh, the ACFFC. Nicole and I went to Haiti together. Haiti is a small country to the south, and we, Randomax, paid for the construction of an orphanage and community center that was down there, and we were there 3 times, and the first time we were there, we were just clearing the rocks and debris from this empty lot. And the last time we went there was this completely finished 12,000 square foot beautiful building, and it was absolutely amazing to me. Up until the time that we got there the last time, the whole thing was an abstraction to me. Like, I knew we were doing this project, and I had seen some progress, but it still seemed like kind of a pipe dream, and I didn't really quite believe that it was going to come together. And then when we walked in there and saw this thing, it was so much bigger and more well-constructed than I ever imagined it would be. It was really an emotional moment. That was lovely. Yeah. When I don't know what to say. It was really compelling to me. I mean, when I, think about at a future time, not being on Supernatural anymore, one of the if that were ever to happen, that's one of the things that I feel like I would really miss is the relationship with this fan base that allows that kind of stuff to happen. That's such a unique and amazing opportunity to be involved in that kind of stuff. So, Sebastian, it's an uncanny American accent. It's so easy. We would invariably get to the bus station on the other side of the state before the bus.
Wow.
Yes. Anyway, thank you. Hi.
Hello. I was just wondering, at the beginning of season 4, when Cass pulled Dean out of hell, he left the handprint on his shoulder.
Where did that go?
No, I was actually
Cosmetic surgery.
Yeah, I was
Dean.
actually wondering if they actually modeled it after your handprint or if it was just.
Oh, I love all of the pervy. Tell us about that experience in the makeup trailer for Rusty Jensen's shoulder for Alex. Yes, we did do it. They used my real hand, and Jensen kept being like, "Can you just do a little lower, yeah. If Jensen had had his way, and unfortunately the director intervened because it just didn't make sense for the storyline, but it would have been just the fingerprints of 2 fingers pinching his nipple. It gripped you tight and pulled you out of position. But they ended up settling on the hand on the shoulder. Thank you for that very probing question.
As someone who uses music and singing for respiratory therapy, I tend to focus in on music, and I'm pretty sure all the fans would agree that Supernatural has one of the most legendary soundtracks consistently in the series. Is there a specific moment for you from any episodes where you felt a song really helped carry the story here? I mean, aside from the obvious.
Carry On My Wayward Son? Damn! That was my answer.
It really. Oh, hey, it's on now. Hi.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, we can't hear you. What are you saying? Can you get out to talk into the microphone? We can't hear a word that you're saying. Sorry, guys. Don't stand up threateningly. One person gets up like, let's go right now. I do like Carry On My Wayward Son. I'm sorry to say. No, but I will tell you this. It's something that they debate at the end, because they haven't used it at the end of every season, I don't think.
Just the first one.
I don't think they have.
Just the first one.
See, my nerdy friends just corroborated my. But they do debate it. They debate it at the end of the season when they're doing the last episode. So here, I'm going to toss something in weird that makes. What if we don't do Carry On? And everybody's like, nah. Let's do Carry On. It's such a great anchor for the show, that song. It's kind of cool, and I love that they only use it once a year. Right? How often do they use the song? I don't know. I've never seen the show. What? Oh, that was great. That was really cool. The theme song from The Greatest American Hero, That's great. That was a stroke of genius. That was originally something else, and they changed it in the script at the last minute because they could actually get the rights to the song for The Greatest American Hero, but they couldn't get the rights to
Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell. That's right. Did I already talk about this? It was tweeted. Yeah. What's it like to have a good memory? That sounds nice. So yes, I first learned the lyrics to Highway to Hell, and then I did the Greatest American Hero. Which, by the way, when I was a kid, I don't know if anyone watched Greatest American Hero. When I was a kid, that was like, if I happened to catch Greatest American Hero on TV, it was. I couldn't believe my luck. It was such a great show.
Yeah.
That should still be running. 30 years later. Hi.
Hi. You and I are about the same age, and we have kids that are around the same age.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I look really young.
You-
I'm only 25 in my head. So,
I'm a little older in my head. I think I'm like 28.
yeah, I just turned 25 in my head. So.
Okay.
But I'm a single mom, and I'm wondering from a dad's perspective if you have any advice or wisdom that you could share in raising your kids.
That's right, I am a dad. I totally feel about that.
You know, when I'm not with them, I forget.
God, single mom. How old are your kids?
I just have one daughter. She's 6.
She's 6.
Yeah.
And how long have you been a single mom? Might I ask?
For about 4 years. Every day is an adventure, so I'm always, looking to get ideas. I don't, what? Don't take her to Sebastian's panel. You will not be single anymore, but you will be a mom again. I'm not sure that would be a bad thing.
How do you do it? Oh my God. I have such an appreciation for single parenthood now, because it's really a challenge. It's a challenge with 2 parents who can afford a babysitter. It's really amazingly difficult to raise kids, and I can't believe it. I'm astonished, and my hat's off to you that you are here at a convention neglecting your child.
And the best part is, when I left home, she was like, Mommy, I know you're going to that supernatural thing. Do you think they'd have anything there that I would like? I'm like, I don't think so. Mommy's
No,
like.
honey. Yeah, I have a totally new appreciation for my mother. My mother was a single mom raising 2 kids from a young age, and it is really amazing to me the amount of difficulty that brings with it. So hats off to you. I don't really have any advice on parenting, but speaking of single moms, I had this guy. I had a lot of paper routes when I was a kid. I was a very industrious paper deliverer. And one of the guys that I delivered to was had this big house, and he owned a radio station in town. And one day he came out to pay us on a Saturday morning, and my little brother was with me, and he started asking us some questions. Found out that our dad was not living with us, and invited us in. And it was cool. He was an older guy inviting 2 kids into his house. And so we went in. And we then formed this relationship with this guy, Mr. Higas, who was almost 70 at the time. And he was like a surrogate dad to us in town. And he taught us how to solder things, and taught us some Chinese, and how to, whittle wood and things like that. And would take us out to lunch at a restaurant that we would never have been able to afford otherwise. And it was for us as kids, it was so exciting to have that influence of this man in our life, who was just doing it because he had a bunch of kids, and he had taken a bunch of kids who were actually orphans under his wing way back in the 60s, and this was sort of like reviving that for him many years later. But I don't know, find people like that can be a part of your kid's life, because that was so valuable to me and my brother as little kids. And there are really nice people out there who do stuff like that, who are not child molesters. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, in your opinion, in the event that Team Free Will wins the war for heaven, do you think that Castiel will get his grace back?
Interesting question. My opinion does count for a lot on this point because I've read a lot of scripts that you haven't. But certainly I'll tell you that at the end of this season, Castiel does not get his grace back. Cass's grace is an issue. It's a problem. It's dwindling. The batteries are dying. Did someone just applaud for Finally! That falls under the category of inappropriate applause. Simply because I'm so close to you. And I have a hard object in my hand.
Thanks for the image.
That's all.
So I don't know. I don't know how that shakes out in the end.
Okay, thank you.
Hi. Now I feel uncomfortable holding a microphone. Yes, what? Stop, come on. It's the ghost of Sebastian. He's in this room. I was just possessed. Hi.
So where we are now, you're being followed by a bunch of angels.
That's what you want to call yourselves?
I was wondering, in the show,
Okay.
I was wondering, what do you do with those angels? Wow.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Take off your pants. He's just like Gaddafi. He's just taking advantage of all those angels under him. What are you asking? And I'm sorry.
Not the inappropriate version.
Yeah.
Since we're not watching you right now with these newest episodes, what, like, are they just following you around? Are you taking them to ice cream? Are you?
Who leaked the script to you? Seriously? Really, ice cream? Mark my words, ice cream will be featured prominently in upcoming episodes. Interesting that you would say that, really. There will be angels and ice cream together, I promise you. No, that's right. Are you just racing around for the fun of it? You know what? She's bored. I'm going to do some laps. Might as well get a little exercise. It's going to be so boring. I'm not going to tell you. But I will tell you that we have... No. Sorry. Ice cream will be a factor, for sure. Hi. Yeah, well, you're not talking, so that's one reason there's no sound. I'm bad. I thought when I got close to the talking stick, words would come out. It's okay, it's complicated. You probably didn't know how it works. I get it. You just use your regular voice and then this makes it louder. Yeah. Oh, you thought this was doing the talking all along. It's amazing. People walk up, the microphone asks a question.
Okay, my question is pretty simple. How are West and Mason?
How are West and Mason?
Yeah.
Oh, they're good. They're good. I like them. We have our little cooking show, which we haven't done another episode of recently, but we will. Yes, Mason is good. I think she's coming of age. She'll be ready soon. She's cute. She's when she wants to do something, when you say I'm gonna go for. She's very attached to me for some reason, but whenever I say like I'm gonna go do some work, in my office, she'll say me, which means I wanna go, me. Very cute. We went for a long walk Thursday night around the neighborhood. It's supposed to be just we have sort of a night routine. We go on a little walk, and we went on a little walk, and the walk got longer and longer, and pretty soon I was like, actually, this is turning into kind of a disaster as far as bedtime is concerned. We've gone too far, now we made the big loop, and Wes didn't want to go up this one staircase that we normally go up, and now the other staircase, which was the magic staircase, was actually really fucking far away, and he was wearing his Croc shoes, which were very cute, and nothing else. And so, completely butt naked, the whole time fiddling with his penis, and we get down to the market where there's a little cafe and a lot of people around, and people are like honking their horns, and, and then we get halfway from the market to our house, which is kind of a long ways. It's like, I don't know, half a mile, which in toddler travel time is an eternity. And he says, "Hey, Dad, I have to poop." What do you do? I mean, there are no options at that point. So I found a discreet place in someone's front yard. And the poop. It was very discreet. It was like this sort of. It was fine. Don't worry about it. And so he poops, and then I picked some ivy to wipe his butt. But he's like, I don't know, he was uncomfortable with the ivy or something, and he kept on sort of squatting lower and kind of dodging, and finally he got me into such a position where I was reaching around. I stuck my fingers into his poop. 3 fingers into the poop. And then we had, another 40-minute walk back home where I was like, so anyway, yeah, they're great. And future West, when you're watching these videos, I'm sorry I just shared that. Hi.
If you were to write or give an idea for an episode, what would it be like?
What would the idea be? I have given ideas for episodes, which were promptly shot down. But actually, one idea that I had was the whole, like, the Reverend doing the beginning of Preacher. What season was that?
9.
That was season 9?
This one?
7? It feels like yesterday. No, it wasn't season 9.
Yeah, the whole buddy thing, right?
It was season 8. It was season 8. Thank you. Anyway, I had this idea. No, it was this season. Where the Reverend...
Yes, that's what I said.
Blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm talking about. Episode 3. Stop questioning me. I had written a synopsis to Eric Kripke years, like 3 or 4 years ago, that was kind of like that storyline of the Reverend broadcasting things that are brainwashing people and then using them to do. That was a good idea that I had. They didn't steal my idea. For sure, I don't think they did. They just came around to it again, but I had that idea that they stole. And then I've had a few ideas. I have an idea that I think would be good for next season, but I'm not going to tell you. Because I'm not going to tell you. Because you'll laugh at me, and I don't like to be laughed at.
We'll laugh with you.
Hi.
Hello. Since there hasn't been an episode in Washington, D.C., do you think there ever will be? And it will it involve the Exorcist parents?
What a tragic oversight. The only reason I can think that they haven't done an episode that's set in DC is that they would have to do exterior establishing stuff of like, you know. No, Virginia doesn't. Well, you could shoot in Virginia, but it wouldn't be DC, as you know. Because they're not the same place. That's a good idea. I like it when I'm like, giving you the sense that I could have any influence over anything, but I don't. But it is a good idea. I like it. They could infiltrate the Congress. House of Representatives is actually run by real monsters. So, how perfect. Are there any legislators in the audience? Show of hands. They kind of, yeah, it's not a bad idea. Okay, yes, hi.
Okay, Misha. Season 10.
Yeah.
Supernatural the musical.
Yeah.
What is Castiel singing?
What?
Soprano.
Soprano?
Soprano.
Soprano. No, I think Cass would be singing something remarkably uncool in the musical. He'd be singing like a Raffi song that he heard and was like, can you believe how cool this is? What? Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds? No. More like, what does the fox say? Yes. That's one of my favorite games at home. I say, what does the fox say? And Macy goes, ding, 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 ding. Some of the stuff, incidentally, those of you who are not parents but are thinking about maybe doing it at some point in the future, one of the things you might want to think about is the shitty music you will have to listen to over and over again, ad nauseum. You're faced with a choice. Either listen to this horrible song that you hate or listen to Scream. What do you choose? What do you choose? Yeah, probably something, really not cool. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? Or, not Angel of Shotgun. That's too cool. It's too cool for this. Thank you. Good job.
Hi.
Hi.
What prompted Vicky to write TSA America, and also is she here?
Vicky is here.
Can I meet her?
In spirit. In her corporeal body, she's in Los Angeles at the moment. But she, all of the good ideas are Vicky's.
I figured.
Security. This woman has a John Hopkins nursing uniform on. Obviously an imposter. Yeah, I don't know. She has ideas that pop into her head, and then they sometimes get carried through to fruition. Yeah, I think that's kind of the dynamic in our relationship. She has like the big idea, and is like, but I don't want to deal with it. You do this shit work. And then I do the shit work. Yeah. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. I was wondering, what subject or subjects are, the things that you find, endlessly fascinating? Things that you can just talk about, for hours?
Things that I can talk about for hours? Myself. I find that pretty interesting. What? The color blue. Yeah. I don't know. I have a really nerdy answer on the tip of my tongue. But recently geology. Yeah, sorry to say it. That does not go over very well on the comedy circuit, but it's true. Geology is fascinating. Did you know? Oh, don't you walk away from that microphone, young lady. I'm about to give you a long-winded talking to. So, did you know? This puts things in perspective for you a little bit. It does for me anyway. If all of Earth's existence is represented by my outstretched arms, that's about, 13 billion years? Somebody tell me, how long is it? 13.4 billion years. If you take a single stroke of a medium grit nail file on your fingernail, that amount of material that's been taken away represents the amount of time that our species has been on the planet. Horseshoe crabs show up right about here in the middle. So it's kind of amazing, isn't it? We're very insignificant. Our time here is fleeting. And so we better take best advantage of it, because we don't really make much of a difference at all in the grand scheme of things. That I find fascinating.
Hi, my name is Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
And
I find that name very arousing.
I was like...
You looked so composed when you came to the microphone.
That's because I'm nervous and I'm trying not to fall over. I was wondering...
Say your name again.
No. I'm about to...
Hi.
Hi.
You're about to graduate?
I'm about to graduate.
Okay.
Please.
You were saying?
I've been looking back over my life and remembering things.
It's the lights.
I was just wondering, what is your favorite moment from childhood, your favorite moments from your teenage years, and your favorite moments from your marriage, pre-children and post-children?
It's so nice to end on a quick, easy question. I don't know the answer to that question. I have a memory from I have lots of memories from my childhood, as it turns out. I have this moment. We were living in this farmhouse, and I had this little Skywalker doll that stood up underwater somehow magically, and I was holding it and about to get in the bath, and I said to myself, I will remember this moment for the rest of my life. And I do. I remember it. It was just a moment that was very, I gotta hold on to this moment. I think I was probably 6. I have another memory sitting on a fence post when I was 3 years old. I was 4. I was 4 years old, and I watched a backhoe drive by, and I thought to myself, I remember when I was young. And I would see a backhoe, and that would be amazing and exciting to me, but now, I've seen a backhoe half a dozen times. It's sad. I literally thought, the best age was 3. It's all going to get shittier and shittier from here. That's it. You get just childhood. You'll have to ask the rest of my life later. Thank you, guys. I take as a sign of not being welcome the fact that these men are now on the stage with me. What are you looking for? Abraham Lincoln? He's right here. I don't know what happened to him. Where's his hat?
Yeah, we got it, Rich.
We got the hat, Rich. Don't worry.
It's sort of an homage.
Don't worry.
It was kind of it didn't work out.
Yeah. He had a good run. He did a good run.
He was just trying to enjoy an actor's panel, and next thing you know, kaboom, Mr. Lincoln.
How did everything go, Misha?
It was good. I think it was good. I had a little awkward moment with a 17-year-old right there toward the end. But
what happened? All I know, I was here, we were backstage, and I saw a random Castiel make out with a random dean, and I thought I should go ahead and wait for the lawsuit to be filed.